okay, we all remember now Big 12 media days. Colorado came with Juju Lewis, the superstar, 5-star, 17-year-old quarterback, right? That everybody is so excited about. And they also brought Caden Salter, right? The Liberty transfer. And there was a lot of talk about, hey, why are there two guys here? Well, one, because Dion was like, I hadn't seen either of them because I've been dealing with my health stuff. And I'm not sure who's going to start, right? I want both of them to have a chance to meet the media and to be ready, right? To have that leadership, especially for Juju Lewis, right? Let's start to ingrain that in him, right? Life experiences that can build into leadership. Now, we know that Coach Prime, by the way, as much as people kind of can give him, a hard time for being like Coach Prime and, a lot of sizzle, maybe more than steak. That's not true. You talk to anybody around the Colorado program, the guy is about rules. He's about accountability. And you don't want to break those rules. And I'm starting to hear some scuttlebutt that maybe Caden Salter isn't living up to some of the expectations that off the field, and nothing crazy behavioral, nothing like outlawish. I'm not saying that. But just certain things that he's not rising to the standard of Colorado football that have the Colorado coaching staff and Coach Prime soured on Caden Salter. And that has put Juju Lewis in the driver's seat, quite possibly, as they figure out who's going to be the starting quarterback in Colorado this year when they take on Georgia Tech in their opening game on August 30th. Right now, they are a 4.5-point favorite in that game against Brent Key and a Georgia Tech team that's done pretty well over the past few years. Remember, that is the team that went into Ireland. No, was it Ireland last year? Yeah, they went to Ireland and they started the spiral for Florida State. So that's just something to consider. And I started to think to myself, it's interesting now for Colorado because the locker room has shifted. Shiloh, Shador, Travis, they're extensions of Coach Prime in that locker room. And, when you get most accomplished football teams, no matter what level you're on, most accomplished teams, they have guys that govern the locker room, guys that take control, right? Guys that have ownership and accountability. And if you're an underclassman or if you're just a wild card, you're going to answer to those guys. And they're an extension of the coach more often than not. Is something changing? Like is something changing within the Colorado infrastructure? This could be an inkling into just the winds of change. Quite possibly another opportunity, as Deion Sanders would see it, for him to grow as a coach, right? But it's definitely a situation to keep your eye on. And that quarterback battle may be there's just like everything else in life, dude, when I'm involved at least, there's way more to it than face value stuff. And at face value, you'd think, you'd believe everything that you were told around Big 12 media days and around this quarterback situation going into the season. But if you look under the hood sometimes, it's interesting what you might find. And I popped the hood yesterday and was surprised at what I heard. And that's just something to keep your eye on if you're a Colorado fan, if you're a college football fan, certainly if you're a Big 12 fan. If you're a fan of